What are your thoughts on Punk? He thinks Punk's a bully. I say I don't think he's a bully, or at least in this AEW situation. What are your thoughts on all that stuff?
Well, I don't really know what they're talking about, but I have to say this, that one of the things about Punk that really annoys me is he's got that thing that always happens with people when they first really start working out a lot, is that they put on a little bit of size and they're like, right, rip these sleeves off. You know, he's pretty much walking around with his nipples hanging out with these muscle shirts, and it's like, you really don't have the muscularity that you think you do. And if you've noticed, he wears these watches now, and when he's cutting his promos, I don't know, it's an annoying thing I've noticed, where he moves his arms around a lot because it's in his head that his arms are big and thick, and it's just like, it annoys me when I see this. It's like, Punk, I understand that you're getting older and you want to be like young and strong, but you're not. And and I also have a problem with that he always likes to run up and hug the women when he sees them in public. It's like, all right, enough.
Dude, he's surrounded, chick magnet Punk, bro. He's surrounded by babes. Don't be mad. Don't hate the player, hate the game, dude. Are you familiar with him, like getting in a brawl with the Young Bucks and then pushing Jack Perry? You saw that footage, I'm sure.
Yeah, I can't believe he almost killed Tony Khan.
Yeah, dude. So, like, exactly. It was a bunch of Well, a lot of people know he's a prick and he'll just fight people or whatever. Like, people have said that, you know. So, sorry, go ahead.
Well, I honestly think that he never wanted to go to AEW, but then again, it was the same thing. You know, you're not making as much money as you used to. Here comes a $5 million per year deal. So he's coming in like bitter and angry because I don't know if you knew this, but he was supposed to go back to WWE in 2021 or 2020, and Vince shut it down.
Oh, I didn't know that much, but he was saying to Ariel Helwani, he was like, yeah, I was supposed to go back before, like after the Fox SmackDown thing. He was saying that, so that makes sense. Yeah, so why did Vince shut it down? He just hates Punk or what?
Well, in real life, Punk has or had legitimate issues and problems with a lot of the people there. Like Roman Reigns had a problem with him. Kevin Owens had a problem with him. Probably others, but I can't. I'm not getting paid enough to remember, baby. Oh, Edge hated CM Punk.
Did he?
Yeah, there was something to do because Punk used to go out with Beth Phoenix, and they had some type of really bad. Yeah, so and there's somebody else that I can't remember, and I'll remember 1 second after we get off this. But yes, so there was a lot of people in Vince's ear, Triple H as well, that didn't like Punk. So it was like, so I can either bring this guy in who's going to cause all these problems at a time when I really don't need it, or just not bring him in and everyone's going to be happy.
Damn, man. So that makes sense too, that Edge would go over there for the money. What do you think of Edge going to AEW for the money and then breaking his tibia or whatever real bad?
You know, he WWE, he actually did do contract tampering, and he had been negotiating with, like, he had already told WWE that he was leaving, but you were still under contract until the day before his AEW debut. And Tony Khan claims, oh, well, we filmed the whole thing on that day. It was a tough production. It's like, no, you didn't. You filmed it weeks in advance. You knew he was coming in. You went out and bought the copyright to that song. You had all this done to set him up. Like, you did the thing that you said that you're always crying about. Is it you broke your own rule, Edge? And then, to be honest, the fact that Edge debuted, and anyone who hasn't seen this, you need to go find it. He debuted in a venue that was less than 50% full.
Yeah,
and he ran to the wrong side of the arena, and there was nobody there. And you could see it in his face immediately. He was like, oh, I made a mistake coming here.
That's what people have to be thinking. But then you look at your bank account and you're like, never mind. No, I didn't, you know?
Yeah, cause especially with like Ricochet. Like, I probably shouldn't say this, but he has a a son that needs sort of like medical care.
Oh, really?
So now it's like, right, so I've got 1 day of work a week. I've got 6 times the money.
Yeah.
I can be with them loads more. Life is good, even though I have more time to finger my own anus.
Jesus Christ. Listen, I never blame wrestlers for going and working the money mark out of money. Like, that's, if everyone could do that in life, just get a bunch of money and, chill. I mean, I would encourage that greatly, but I just don't like when a lot of these guys are like, no, I want to come and make a difference in AEW. And no, I mean it. I'm here for long term. And it's like, yeah, you have to make 2 dates a month and you're here for 3 years. Like, it's not going to make a difference,
Yeah,
Edge wrestling Daniel Garcia for 30 minutes on a Collision isn't going to do anything for anybody,
And the thing is as well, is like when the AEW wrestlers say that in the media, they're actually saying it to Tony Khan. Like, no, I love being here. That storyline you had me do with Jericho based on orange juice, I loved it. That 7-month program about oranges, great stuff, Tony. Can I have another raise? It's like, no problem.
Yeah, 500,000. There's rumors Shane McMahon's going to show up in AEW. Do you think there's any truth to that, or?
I guess it all depends what's in this Netflix documentary. Because
what? So, like, if it's too shameful, then I mean, Tony Khan already called Vince Harvey Weinstein, so why would he work with Harvey Weinstein's son, dude?
exactly, and it's kind of like what do you call the blonde Trump son?
What did he call Trump's son?
Yeah, you know the way there's a blonde one.
Yeah. One of Trump's kids' name is Barron Trump. He's like that really tall kid, right? Yeah.
Right. So he's not actually ever said anything offensive in public or anything political, but the fact that he's related to this evil guy means that your name's tarnished forever.
Oh, yeah. I get what you're saying. Yeah.
So I think that if he does sign Shane, or Shane does, well, I also think that Shane's going to get paid an absolute fortune, and nothing will be done with it at all.
Could you see it though? Like, really, Shane going, yeah, I'll go work with this guy. And then what would he? Oh, he's going to sign Shane and pay him. Like, Shane doesn't need money. So what is he going there for? There has to be a bigger purpose in mind, right?
Yeah, I just think that Shane sees him as a multi-billionaire and thinks I could get some of that. But also, it could be that whole story of, I know it sounds conspiracy theorist, but
I'm going to give you an X-Files. Okay, go ahead.
basically just could go in there. And Tony Khan is sort of known for being a mark, but also easily pushed around. Like, the person that runs AEW is Britt Baker. Like, they have that lunch table thing, I'm sure you've heard about, where they sit around and Tony Khan is like a high school girl, and he's reliving what he couldn't do at school. He's obsessed with pro wrestling, but now there's these big titted whores sitting around him. No offense, whores. Maybe you just have big arses. I'm not judging, but I think that Shane McMahon, if we're being conspiracy theorist, is going to come in and potentially sabotage the company.
Intentionally sabotage it. Yeah, like backdoor get Vince back. Yeah, I'm back, pal. I'm taking over All Elite Wrestling, but now it's called All Entertainment Wrestling. Yeah.
Yeah, like Shane could be
private plane.
Shane, it's your father. Yeah. Get in there and you tell that little cokehead to do a Yahtzee gimmick on TV. Yeah.
Fuel up the jet and bring some kittens. I want to distribute some to my friends.
You tell Ricochet I still have that tape of his.
Yeah, dude. Oh my God. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. So, speaking of Punk, though, We got Punk saying this. Hey guys, love y'all, but friendly reminder to respect privacy and boundaries. Airports are not a meet and greet. Pardon me, I'm also looking at the TV. If I ask you to please stop following me multiple times, you have crossed a line. Please stop this. Thank you. And stop using your children as a shield or as an excuse. There's been like an epidemic, if you will, of weirdos running up and following wrestlers around at airports. I mean, I don't know. I get it if you have kids or something and your kid sees them, but what do you make of all this? Punk, we were just talking about him. People say he's a little prickly, but I mean, you see wrestlers like people like Rhea Ripley who are notoriously really nice, and she's getting fed up and pissed off in videos. And I don't know. What do you make of all that sort of culture, the celebrity culture, I guess?
There's a rumor that he's specifically talking about a guy called Billi Bhatti.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's Billy.
X-Files. Yeah, I've talked about Billi Bhatti on the show before, like a bunch of times, actually. So you think he's talking about Billi Bhatti because for those of you who are unaware, Billy, he takes his kid around to all these different shows around. He goes everywhere, like WrestleMania, SummerSlam. He's everywhere, and he stays at like wrestler hotels, and he's a collector, and he gets signed. And a lot of people are like, "Yo, Billy's using his kid to stalk people like wrestlers around these hotels and like that." He said he's like, "No, like my kid wants to go do this." That's his. But he also tells stories. I've heard him on air tell stories about like. When he was in like his teens and 20s, I'm pretty sure he'd call around hotels and like go to where the wrestlers were. And so it is obviously something he enjoys doing too. So I don't know, but yeah, you're saying that this was referring to Billi Bhatti, you think, about Punk.
It's very possible. They had a run in at what was I'm going blank here. Was it SummerSlam was Punk's big return match, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, against Drew. There was an issue at the hotel because Punk took a photograph of the kid, and then, over the course of the next 4 or 5 days, they were practically following him around the hotel.
Man.
And then, and it's not the first time. And Billy's had a thing. It was a WrestleMania. I don't know if it was last year or this year. He get into some type of an issue with. Is it Braun Strowman? Because Billy was following Logan Paul around to get him to sign a Prime bottle.
Is that for real, dude?
Yeah, and Billy was then thrown out of the hotel. It's like, you bloody wanker!
Oh my gosh! So Braun Strowman was like, "Leave Logan alone, kid."
Yeah. Braun Strowman was like, "Why don't you leave him alone?"
Because, dude, he had problems with other people too. Not to be two little gossipy bitches, but like I know, like Karrion Kross had to have words with him before and stuff. But I also do like know that his kid does get pictures with all these wrestlers and stuff. But I think Punk was like suing him, or I think he said on a podcast, Billy did, that Punk was like because he made some meme about Punk calling him like, I can't even remember. I don't want to talk out of my ass, but he made like a meme of a shirt saying like, "This is on sale now." And it's like, "Punk is a pussy" or something like that. I don't even remember what it said. And then
it was about, you see, Billy used to work for Keeping It 100.
I know that. Yeah. That's how I discovered him initially. Yeah. It was K100.
And he get fired because the problem is you can't make up stories when the host of the show is basically the Dr. Dre of the wrestling world. and people can call Conan right after and go, "What that's not true. What's he talking about?"
Yeah.
And like Billy reported that Scarlett Bordeaux was having an affair with Seth Rollins. And it's
really?
Like, no, he's just fucking...
is that what Karrion had to talk to him about?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus, man. Yeah, that makes sense. It's just weird. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I don't give who's dating who, really. But the other thing is like, yeah. I mean, I won't lie. I've clipped videos of like, oh, these wrestlers broke up. I won't lie. I hot goss about it. I know. But I'm a sassy little bitch about it too. But, you got to do what you got to do. Billy, though, once predicted like a whole WrestleMania, like 2 WrestleManias ago. And that's what made me go, oh, I have to like listen to what this guy actually says, because he was on K100 at the time. He predicted he said like, this is what's going to happen with Vince and blah, blah, blah. He said it all to a T before it happened. So I was like, oh, I got to keep an ear on him. What's up with that? Like, how does he do that?
Yeah, no, that's something I will have to give him credit for. It was it was Mania 38. I'm pretty sure it was, where there was not everything, but I would say about 80% of the stuff he reported happened exactly as
Exactly.
he said it would. And I, at the time, I was like, "Holy!"
Me too.
But it seemed like after that, all his sources then started working him, because all this news he was reporting wasn't happening.
I
So
know now
maybe
it's like fallen. It's like one of the greatest fall offs, and I'm not taking shots. I've invited Billy on. He can come here. He can call me a prick. You can, he can do whatever. I'm down. I listen to his content even now. I'll throw, if he uploads a YouTube video, I'll throw it on, just to hear what he's got to say. But yeah, I do feel like I'm like, damn, a bunch of this is he's not on point about anymore, and I don't know why. I'm like, what the happened? Maybe it has to do with these superstar interactions. That's what I have to predict. But I didn't mean to interrupt you there, Husey. Sorry.
it was incredibly rude.
Yeah.
Incredibly rude. I've lost my heart on and everything.
Yeah, well, it's my show, goddammit.
Yeah.
So weird. I got a couple.
But then Billy has some type of legitimate, like, weird, intense issue with Cody Rhodes.
What is
And
that about? Yeah, he was like, Cody's gonna lose. We need more Roman. I know he was a big fan of more Roman. I was too. I was like, let Roman Reigns, but pun intended, let Roman's reign last for 5 years. Even I was all on board with that. So I thought that was him just like being a fan. But yeah, fill me in. Like, what is his fixation with Cody?
well, I don't. I just. Well, would you like to hear some alleged scoop that I'd heard from a source about Cody?
Some hot goss. Yeah, dude, we love hot goss here.
Well, you know that thing at the Royal Rumble when he, after he won and he pointed at Roman.
Yeah,
he wasn't supposed to actually do that.
Yeah, I had heard that too.
Yeah, so all that story about Cody going into business for himself is totally true. So it was supposed to be Rock, Roman, and then allegedly it was meant to be Rollins, Punk, and Cody in a match or something. But sorry, yeah, Rock, Roman, and then all that thing at the press conference is that. So I don't know if it caused any backstage hate, but from what I understand, the plan was for Cody to win the Raw belt. Roman was going to stay Universal Champion, and then for 41, for the first Netflix WrestleMania, there was meant to be a big unification thing between the two champs, which Cody was to win.
Damn. That would have been cool, I guess, too. But I'm glad it happened the way it happened. Thankfully, Cody went into business for himself.
but the thing is, he's doing it again this year, because like he's politicking to get Cody versus Cena at WrestleMania.
That's what Cody wants. Is Cody versus Cena?
Yeah, but at the same time, he wants Cody versus The Rock, and then he also wants a third Roman match. And then I think WWE wants Orton versus Rhodes, which, like, either one of those would be good to see.
Yeah.
But yeah. So he's basically he's definitely getting his name out there behind the scenes.
Well, that's good. But if you line those up, like I get it, you want to, like, those are all Mania matches. But if you line them up, like, okay, he beats Cena, beats Orton, and then, maybe not loses. Yeah, beats The Rock. Does Cody beat The Rock, though? That's kind of crazy, too. I don't know, man. WWE's in a good position with all of these stars on their hands. But yeah, if Cody's politicking, so how does that tie into Billy? Like, Billy's like, oh, come, he's politicking backstage?
No, I have no idea. I think that maybe Billy tried to get Cody to sign something for him, and Cody said, off, buddy. And I think that Billy was like, well, he's a bloody wanker. I'll never want to speak to him again. He's nothing. And
I'm taller than Cody Rhodes. I'll fight him now.
I'll drive around in my big car listening to Roman's theme music. Cody's a cunt. And
oh man, it's funny. Yo, Billy, legit. If you're hearing this, you can come on this, dude. You're we're just taking the piss, man. It's all good. But yeah, he said some pretty ruthless things about other people, though. So we can take the piss. You can handle it. I didn't know about like the Braun Strowman, Logan Paul. If he's getting pictures, then following people around after, that's wild. That's like next level. But I don't know. I'm not there, right? I can't tell you if he is or not.
Yeah, I'll give Billy credit for this though. He has. Because of him, his kid has met a whole load of these famous athletes and wrestlers. So for a kid, that's got to be amazing.
Yeah, that's why I always was like, yeah, dude, I think it's more his kid, but it is a passion. He can't play it off like he doesn't like doing that too. Because he's told stories about him doing it, like calling hotels where the wrestlers stay, and I show up with my friends. It's like I've never done that. Not knocking anyone who does, but I'm also not bombarding people at airports. So I just would not do that. You know what I mean? I've seen some people at airports where I'm just like, keep it moving. It's kind of cool, but just keep it moving.
I was gonna say, Hughes does a great Tony Khan impression. And I'm not name dropping, but I will say that I'm Facebook friends with one Glenn Disco Inferno Gilberti.
Yeah, Disco Fever.
PWT.